let's see how different optimizers work in large language model pre-training and other types of neural networks as well. We will understand how to find real speedups in the real world. So how to find optimizers that actually make LLMs better in the real world, not just with experiments that were not well set up in research papers. So first, you need to find the best possible setting for each optimizer. A lot of papers don't find the best settings for AdamW, and then they claim they have better optimizer, but you need to find the best settings for each optimizer. In this case, they're gonna train 130 million parameters, 300, 520, and 1.2 billion parameters. Then you need to select your optimizers that you will compare. So AdamW Good Base and AdamW Lion, an optimizer discovered through symbolic search. And then they will check other optimizers like Mars, Muon, Cron, etc. For each optimizer, you need to test a lot of a big different range of hyperparameters. For this, you can use coordinate descent approach over a grid of possible values. They include learning rate, weight decay, warm-up steps, beta and beta 2 for Adam-style optimizers, epsilon for numerical stability, maximum gradient norm, batch size. They are also varying amount of data for a single model size. So there is a lot experiments to do. I don't think we should do like every with every, but there is some rules how to do it. We can do rough search first and then see which hyperparameters are most sensitive. Changing them has a lot worse or better models. It's also important to focus on when you scale data, how like different hyperparameters react to scaling data. For example, learning rate is usually sensitive to scaling data. And scaling batch size, you need different learning rates for different batch sizes. And also warm-up schedule is also sensitive to scale. Different scales require different hyperparameters. And so as we scale the model size, the data size, we want to use only the most sensitive hyperparameters. So we don't want to do so many ablations, so many experiments with big models, big data sizes. We start with small models, do more experiments, and then find sensitive ones. And then we scale the data and model and only test those fewer sensitive hyperparameters. The way you measure speedup is how much data, how much less data the new optimizer needs to see in comparison to, for example, AdamW, which is the most popular one. So we want to surpass that. So if it reaches the same loss with 20% less data, then the speedup is 1.25. But you can also measure time but we are constrained with data in large language models. So we have a lot of compute, but we don't have enough data. So I guess measuring for data, squeezing out the best performance from data is most important. And we have compute, like we can use more compute if the optimizer will give us better results for less data. In the final phase, we want to predict how, what are optimal hyperparameters for even bigger, massive models without necessarily needing to train all of those massive models to search. So you find optimal, for example, learning rate for every size, and you just extrapolate. So for example, optimal learning rate, if you double the model size, you need to increase learning rate or decrease learning rate by 20%. So that's how you can calculate. These scaling laws are then used to predict optimal hyperparameter settings for even larger models and data volumes that were not part of the initial sweeps. So if you fine-tune properly the hyperparameters, then the biggest speed up over AdamW is 1.4%. I don't know which optimizer, but not the 2x that we claim for Muon optimizer, so maybe Muon optimizer. But if you fine-tune the AdamW, then the speed up is just 1.4%. This is good because it means you can extract more juice from just fine-tuning hyperparameters. Optimizers that use more sophisticated methods for preconditioning the gradients, such as Muon, SOAP, and Cron, generally outperform simpler methods. So it's good to somehow process or fix the update weight matrices before we apply them. That's what Muon does. Make them not stretched, make them just rotate the space, not stretch the space. So they are preconditioning the gradients. Maybe we can discover some new ways to precondition gradients. There is no one optimizer that's best. For example, Muon is good with less data, while SOAP and cron are good if you have a lot more data for the same model size. Study shows that optimizers are very sensitive to hyperparameters. Even a bit misconfigured one hyperparameter will eliminate all of the entire speedup that we are supposed to have. And even during the training, the performance of different optimizers can change based on hyperparameters. For example, during learning rate decay. Therefore, it's essential to evaluate performance at the end of the full training schedule.